Okay, hi, welcome, thank you for having me. I am an independent documentary film producer and director. Currently, I am working on a documentary called Hazing, How Badly Do You Want In? The definition of producer-director changes slightly with each project that I work on. A lot of times, I'm producer/director, where I really have a drive in the creative vision of the piece, of the story. The story is, pretty much something that I hold and shape. As for this project, as I'm working with the director Byron Hurt, who's done a number of great films. His last was Soul Food Junkies, which is on Netflix. His films are personal story-driven documentaries, and I'm helping him produce that film. So I'm helping him shape his vision. As a producer, at this stage of the game, I'm doing a lot of fundraising. So in the fundraising part, I do help with sort of getting that creative vision on paper, because there's a lot of grant writing, there's a lot of meetings, pitching the story, and moving forward, and also talking about how we see this film in the future. So it's definitely we already have, it's slated for Independent Lens, a series on a national thread on PBS, but it will also be a part of an engagement campaign, so the film will have a life after the broadcast premiere. And there's actually an engagement producer that comes on board towards the middle of the making of the film that will help us envision and start to strategize on how the film would see itself after the broadcast.
Is that what engagement means?
Engagement means because this film will be it's on hazing, and we're looking for it not necessarily to be an anti-hazing film, but we want to drive conversation around the issues of hazing. And so we see it as a tool to start that discussion. So an engagement producer or an engagement campaign figures out who the target audience is and what the message is and how best to get that message out and get people galvanized around the issue. How did I get started? In documentaries? Well, I actually started, as Carol mentioned, in children's programming. I've always, when I was in college, I realized how much I learned from television, more so than actually in the classroom. And so I just wanted to be a part of that. But clearly I took advantage of the classroom and my professors, because they're the ones that led me to that, my vision of working in television. And I didn't get a degree in television or film, but I ended up taking classes so that I can have the language and the technical skills behind it. But my degree is in education, because that's what I saw my role in television. So I started off in Sesame Street, and how I got over to documentaries is basically, there was a hiatus that I actually wasn't prepared for. And during the shooting season doesn't run all year long, which I really didn't know. So I had to fill that time, and I ended up taking classes. But I also kept in touch with my professors, and one of my professors, history professors, was, he was consulting an advisor for Blackside documentary film company in Boston. Blackside is known for Eyes on the Prize and many great series. So he introduced me to this idea of documentaries, and I just fell in love with hearing history from the people that made it. So I just sort of stayed in the game from there.